Well, hi there, it's Brooke, and I have my Christmas cheer trays for you. So I've created 4 tier trays. I'm going to put one in my master bedroom, one of course in the kitchen, and then the end table in the living room, and the end table downstairs in the family room. I do have one on my coffee bar, but I'm just going to do a whole little coffee bar video for you with like decorating my trees and a few other places I decorated in the house. So you'll see that when that video happens. But right now we got 4 trays, so let's get to tiered traying. So this is the Amazon tray that I always keep in my kitchen. I am looking at a black one, so we'll have to see. I found a couple that are fairly reasonably priced, and we'll have to see which one I like better. I haven't decided yet. Anyways, I wanted to make this a gingerbread tray, not like overly gingerbread, but just kind of like classic gingerbread like I had done like the Target tiered tray and then my 3 tiered tray. So I gathered up my gingerbread items. So I have my little Oh Snap sign. I have my little canister I picked up at Home Goods. And then I also have the little gingerbread. This is from 2 years ago, I think, the mug from Threshold. I thought about getting the house one this year, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like the boy. He has like a blue scarf on, and I already have this one. And then I do have a couple, well, I have one gingerbread cookie, but I also have a little candy cane cookie. And I was gonna stick with that red and white kind of theme that I did on my 3-tier tray. And so let's place the like main anchor, my main pieces I have here. I put my sign off to the side on the tray, and then I also put the canister on the other side, kind of opposite, and then I placed my canister so you could see a gingerbread, but you could also see like the little Christmas tree. And then up on the top, I wanted the gingerbread man over here on the side, on this side, because if I put him over here, the like handle didn't sit as nice. I kind of like the handle in front of the post on the tray. And so then I was just thinking back to what I used on my 3-tier tray and my Target tray. And I know on my like little Target baking tray, I had used my little wood eggs and my Raydon egg holders. So I just kind of slid these in the back here for some filler. I thought about making them more of like a focal point, but I really wanted this jar and that sign as my focal point. So they're just gonna kind of be a little filler, a little fun addition in the back. And then I also wanted to use my red truck. Also grabbed that little red fabric ball I got from the thrift store. And then of course I stuck my little gingerbread and candy cane in the back of this truck. I'm gonna put some paper in the truck. This truck is from Hobby Lobby, so it kind of has that open back end. Then it goes all the way to the front. So I just kind of shoved a bunch up front and then just a little bit under my cookies there. I got the bottom pretty much filled in. I wanted to put something behind this sign here to kind of fill in. So I have this little topper for my Raydon mugs, and I wasn't using it for anything, and I don't really need it for like when we drink out of the mug. So I just grabbed a little cake stand, because if I put a mug back there, it was too tall. So I just grabbed a cake stand and set the little topper on there. And then we just kind of have a little Santa hat peeping out back there. It goes with like the red and white theme that I got going on. I was hoping it didn't look like it was floating or anything weird like that. Just added a little fun to the tray. Up on the top, I wanted to use those white houses with the brown roasts, but they're just a little too small for this tray. So I went and grabbed my good old fall forever ago white houses from the Target dollar spot. I'm pretty sure these light up. Turn them on. I think they're the only thing that lights up on the tray. Can't really see them in the bright room here. And then I have this little Santa mug. I got one from Hobby Lobby and one from Target. They have an ornament this year. I think this is the Target one, the new one. And I just grabbed a little wood slice to prop him up to give him a little more height. And kind of centered him here in front of the gingerbread handle. And then upstairs in my new shelf and stuff, I have a little black and white buffalo check. So I just wanted to add that to this tray too, to kind of bring them two together. And then the last thing I added was just a little mini trees, as I like to call my garnish. So I have some garnish over there. I put a little red one over here. This is kind of like a white gray color, it looks like. And there is my baking gingerbread tray. I'm just loving how like simple it is. I love just the red and white. That'll go nice with the rest of my kitchen. I do have pops of green in the rest of the kitchen and everything, but I think this will just, you know, fit in just really well and go with the flow of everything else. So for the end table downstairs, I always use one of my Target tier trays, and with my woven tree color down there, I just thought this one would look the best, and it kind of fit the stuff I wanted the best. So the two main things I wanted to use were this new 'Tis the Season sign from Walmart, because I kind of added some pink all around down there. So of course that just ended up on the top. And then I also wanted to use my new thrifted a little stocking mug. I just thought that fit really well with the color scheme and just kind of the fun, whimsical, like Santa kind of theme I have going down there. So then I just grabbed a variety of Christmas trees in that pink, green tone, and then I did grab one of my little mini birds that has some pink on it and a red and green, and he ended up like right here by the mug. And then I filled the back in just with one of my glass pink Christmas trees, and then up on the top I filled in with my like cream to light pink ombre tree, and then next to it I have my just a little green tree to kind of bring in more of that dark green. And then for the garnish on this one, I just have some gold bells because I am using gold on the tree, and I just filled it in. So I kept this one pretty simple, just went with that pink green color palette with a little gold. So I decided to use the metal tray on my end table upstairs. Well, the only reason being, and I was kind of debating on which one to use, but I wanted to use my little birds, and they fit best on the metal tray. That was probably the #1 reason why it got picked. I wanted to use my white one a little bit, but they just don't fit on that one very well. So I picked up this one last year, I believe, and then this was from the same collection with the little sled. So I put her down on the bottom and him or her on the top. I feel like this one's a him and that one's a her, but either way. So that's where I put my birds. A lot of times I'll put them up here next to each other. I just wasn't feeling that with these. I felt like they just kind of needed to be spread out a little bit more. And then I just went through with items that I thought looked good with the trees and with my birds and with my decor upstairs. And then obviously I have little red and green twinkle lights in here. I wrapped those first. I really just wanted to use some lights, so I did put those on there first and I just left them on. So this is a little green house that I picked up from Michael's at the end of last year. And then I put in this little frosted glass tree in the back for a little filler. And then up front, I decided to use this little wood sketch tree, kind of be my focal point kind of here up front. And then on the top, I used my Farm Fresh tree sign that I just got at Hobby Lobby this year. And then up top, I decided to use these little red and green bowls that I picked up at Target last year, clearance. I used like kitchen things on all my trays. Like, I don't know if that's weird, even though they're not in the kitchen. You have to let me know what you think of that. But I just use whatever I want to use on my trays, no matter what room it's going in, I guess. And then I grabbed another one of my little Walmart trees, because like I said, I use this in my little tray too, another kind of plaid one, so I kind of wanted it all to fit together. And then I have one more greenery I picked out. It's just my frosted little boxwood from Target. I needed something in this bowl, and in my Target tier tray video, I used a pine cone, so I just did that again. Of course, I picked out some other pine cones to add around it just to fill it in, so I did put one over here. I don't decorate this front and back, but you can kind of see the sides, so I try to make it look, you know, nice from kind of all the way around, but not like the front kind of thing. And then I put another one over here. This one's getting pretty beat up. Might have to go pine cone searching here in the summer, or the end of the summer. For the garnish on this tray, I just grabbed some red ornaments. Ironically, I used garnish on all my trays. Just kind of filled in a few little spots, I thought. And so there is my little birdie tray. I've just been loving using my birds. I have a lot of them upstairs, so you'll get to see that in the home tour. I don't know, I just love my little birds. So for the bedroom, I just used my 3-tiered tray. This is what I used last year and I liked it in there, so I just decided to use it again. And the main thing that I wanted to use on this tray was that little 3-pack of gnomes that I bought. And then I realized they like don't fit, so I can fit one up here. The other 2 will have to find spots in the bedroom, just in our other decor. I will be doing that. I just haven't got around to it yet. So I kind of started with him up there and just kind of went from there. And I grabbed this little Farm Fresh Christmas trees from my decor haul. You'll have to remember I got the little Mr. and Mrs. Claus pillow, and then I have a green pillow to go with it. So I just stuck with the traditional red, white, and green. And then the pillow does have a little pop of blue. I didn't add any blue to the tray, but I will probably have a few pops of blue just in the rest of the bedroom. And then I just have another glass tree that I put up here, and then a couple little bells for garnish. And then for my middle tray, I have this little green tree that I picked up from Threshold last year. And then I was just kind of filling things in. I don't know. Keeping with the color scheme, what looked cute. I grabbed a red and white mug. I grabbed, this is in a 3-pack from IKEA. I don't know if they still have it, and it like just fits on here. I did pick up one little gold tree this year from the Target dollar spot. And then I thought these 2 little vintage ornaments, or faux vintage ornaments, I got at the local store here in town. Look cute, just kind of hanging out over here. And there is my middle tray. And then with all the colors I was using, I wanted to use this garland here on the bottom. So I'm just going to lay it there, but I'm going to fill in my stuff first, and then we'll kind of situate that. So I grabbed my other tree that I got, my other house that I got with the green one. This is just a little brown one. Another Michael's end of the season clearance item. I have my other boxwood frosted greenery that I wanted to use. I have another little frosted glass tree. And then I know I grabbed one of my little pine cones here that I wanted to use. So I have a frosted tree. I have that little sconce candle holder thing I tucked over here. Trying to think all where I had my garland. I have a couple more bells I wanted to add to kind of bring in the gold. Well, that could have been worse. So I think I got everything situated where I want it. So it's just kind of a little, I don't know, mishmash of trees and ornaments and, you know, everything that Mr. and Mrs. Claus probably have up in their North Pole. Well, there was my 4-tier tray that I will have out in my home. I've already went and put them in their little spots after I was done filming them. I just have to wait for the master bedroom because I still haven't finished the bathroom. Shh, don't tell anybody. So that will be coming. That needs to get finished. If you watched any Vlogaweenies, you know when I started it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some inspiration. It never feels like my house is completely decorated without my cheer trays being out, so I'm glad they're out now. It's just gonna feel so much more cozy in there. As always, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.